Welcome back to the Grand Casino, Hinckley, Minnesota. I've been holding that seat for you. Boom's been keeping it warm. I know you've been consoling your husband, Jamie. Come in here tight. Let's get on here. We want to welcome everybody back to center court. American Cornhole Organization action continues. I'm getting more and more amped up. The shot making that we've been seeing, and unfortunately some of it against your husband, led Chase Puckett to a singles championship, and he did what needed to be done against Austin Cameron. I know that makes it even doubly painful for you for the SVC, but while we waited, we watched Maggie and Wayne get warmed up, and poor Megan Puckett out there waiting for her partner to show up, but he was out there collecting car payments, so he is in good shape. These two teams getting ready for our COED winners final. In the booth with me, Tiffany Fincham, your husband in there, very unfortunately eliminated from the singles, but he's going the right direction, as he mentioned, finishing third in this major, and all systems are go, and all points seem to be directed north.
Yes, it is. He did finish ninth for the last one, and so he got third this time. So he is improving. He's got some good wins under his belt. And,
absolutely.
Chase, he hit every airmail he needed to hit, so he was very deserving of it. He played excellent.
Yes, he did. And we await these final throws here as you see Maggie in her player of the season jersey, Wayne in his Corny 40 jersey, meaning he's one of the top 40 players in that season. So I think we are ready to go live. Let's bring it. Are you ready, champs?
Yes.
They're ready. They are ready. We're going to start.
Oh, they want Maggie and them to start.
All right.
Okay, let's see.
Wayne and Maggie are going to start on their end. You can see the Killer Bee jersey with the Puckett on the backside. The higher seed is Team Puckett, so they've got first bag. Megan launches bag number one, gives it up a little bit high and to the right. Wayne sets one down low. These bags look very similar to one another. We're going to have our work cut out for us keeping score.
Yes, they are very close in color.
Good thing they're keeping score on the court with Scoreholio. We will do our best to figure out.
Interesting fact, 1 out of every 3 males are colorblind.
Is that right?
Yes. For me, I can see that's pink and red.
See, they look the same color to me. They look exactly. Maybe I'm one of those 3. I didn't realize that. All right, well, Team Geiger and Rau off to an early jump, posting the first deuce. There might still be a little bit of adrenaline pumping through the veins of one Chase Puckett, who not only won the singles championship here at the Grand Casino, but he also grabbed that pro bonus of an extra $1,000 based on that jersey that he's sporting right now. He's going to come in and...
He also switched bags. He was throwing a different set of bags, and I'm not sure what bags he was throwing before, but he now went to Vipers. So
he had the Killer Bees earlier. He was playing with those. Played his way through singles with those. So is this one where he deferred to Megan's choice?
I believe so. I believe this is what Megan likes to throw.
All right, well.
They're both slick bags.
I guess maybe depending upon the lighting, I see it's a little lighter shade there in Wayne's hand, so he dials right down the middle. Leaves a wide open board for Megan, who has an interesting toss. Her bag comes out almost like a knuckleball. Not a lot of spin on it, but it does what it's supposed to do. Is she going to step outside to try to get around that blocker or power through it?
Good push.
Nicely done. Wayne, you see on his lower left of his Corny 40 jersey has, there's one off the backside. That cost him 3, but you see that Whole Nation logo. Our friends Rich and Tracy Pyle. Rich Pyle, from Hardcore Pawn, among other TV shows, host a cornhole-centric show that is posted on the ACO Facebook page every week, and you can also check out new episodes weekly there and archived episodes on the ACO Digital Network. All things cornhole, and those two are really, as they say, ate up with it here in the north as well, out of Michigan.
Maggie just previously threw a bag off the board, which is very uncharacteristic of her. She's usually pretty dead center.
Played that one a little bit safe and low right there.
Let's see if Chase can pull through all of these. Let's see.
He's coming in hard. And he's done a nice job because now he's left himself a nice block bag right up front. She's going to come in low and hard as well.
She knocked one of hers in.
One to fall.
So 5 spot.
All right, well, we haven't seen a lot of frames that have been a 5-point swing. Only a handful of those, if that many.
I talked to Maggie a little bit before, and during the COED matches, we actually played Maggie, and she said that my husband, Jamie, blocked her perfectly, like 6 inches below the hole, which he did not really mean to block her. It was just the bags are sticky. And
sure.
For anyone who blocks close to the hole, that is like a dream come true for me, because now you let me throw harder, and for Maggie, it gives her a target to throw through if you're close to the hole. So when you're a little bit down from the hole 6 inches, it makes it more difficult of a push. Ooh, that was close.
Well, I would tell you, we've talked about this a number of times. You walk into a room with 100 players, 200 players, 300 players, you will see 100, 200, 300 different ways to throw a bag. Megan throws it a lot like I feel like I throw it, not with a lot of spin, not all that flat, but she seems to have much more control of where that bag is going to go and how to apply the strength that comes with it. She doesn't look like she's throwing it that hard, but there's a lot of brute force behind that bag. I might need to take a couple of lessons for her versus somebody like Austin, who's got that perfect spaceship bag with the nice rotation. Hers is just a bit of a, I don't know how to say it, a bowling ball bag. It's just knuckling through the air, but it gets the job done.
If you did that with my sticky BG mercenary bag, you would not have great results.
No, I would dent the board up front or dirty the carpet in front of the board, perhaps.
It would not pretty.
So now Wayne is coaching her, and maybe that airmail to the 1 o'clock position of the hole. There's only a sliver of real estate available there. She's got one. She's got a little grin on her face. She's going to take her 26 Fred Flintstone steps up to the line.
She lined right in.
And she lays low.
Looks like
not real happy with it.
They have a chance to get 4.
All right, timeout number 1. Chase Puckett, he's going to go down, and I don't know if they're just going to determine where they want to go for dinner or if this is really about, okay, very good. The Pucketts have made their decision on what they're going to do. They've both pointed at seemingly the same position on the hole. What's going to happen here, Tiffany? Tell me, you're the expert.
I think he's going to put this bag in for 4.
Going to get it in, take the drag. Oh.
So 2.
Well, you know what? Take the 2, stack them up. There's a lot going on right up on the front of the board, and to be honest with you, I think I was cured of my color blindness for about 1/8 of a second, because now I'm looking at them again, and they might as all be black, because I can't tell the difference between the 2 from here. If you're watching along at Stadium, certainly you've got a great camera shot and a great angle of the board as it's being hit. That first bag off the back of the board certainly not doing Team Puckett any favors. Wayne takes his bag, and boy, he just
gave it back, a little gift.
Completely does them a favor, leaving 1 in the front, 1 in the back. She's going to go try to push through, and she does. She finds that lane. Does Megan.
Oh, nice pickup.
It's a really good bag. It didn't look like that was going to be easy to grab whatsoever.
He can get this in for 6. Oh, 3.
All he needed to do was throw the same bag. He had a little bit of a backstop there with his first bag, but 13-7, as we discussed, it seems like we've had a lot of 13-7s when we've been in the booth together, since 13's my lucky number and 7 is yours.
A lot of times on those bags, you get so excited because the person missed, and then you have also a bag falling off. You just throw that bag and you rush it too fast, and then you miss.
You know, it's interesting. Every single person that has sat next to me has made that exact point at some point in one of the games. And when Joel was in here, we talked about that. When Boom was in here, we talked about that. You get excited and you think, here's my chance to really max that out. And you end up just completely messing it up.
And the reason why is 10s don't win in this game anymore.
Well, we haven't seen a lot of them. Yeah, there's a nice little equalizer right there. Kind of clears everybody's head. Everybody gets a chance to calm down. Maggie refreshes.
A little bit of encouragement from Chase to Megan. I like that.
Yeah. I did ask Jamie when he was over here. Unfortunately, having lost, he didn't really want to spend any time over here. He said, I don't really have much to say. And Frank Gears, the cornhole dude, made him come over here. He said, that's exactly when we want to talk with you. But he talked a little bit about hearing your advice from over on the side about exhale, relax, get that out of your head, whatever. He said he's always glad to hear that encouragement from the sidelines.
I can tell you a funny story. One time we were playing in Florida somewhere. I can't remember what we were doing. And I'm a loud vocal player, and I was really loud. I mean, pretty loud. I was going because I was throwing really good. And he looks at me, he puts his glasses down, and he looks at me with that authoritative face. And he says, Tiffany, you're at a 5. I need you down here. And I was like, I am really down here low at that 2.
Yeah, you might need to recalibrate your scale there, Jamie.
Yeah, you know me. I can get a little louder.
And if you think that's a 5, when you meet 8. Well, while we were telling the story, a couple of extra points posted for Geiger and Rau. 17-7. Our singles champion takes his final bag of the frame, lays it in, and it just, it's not as fun. I thought he had, now I can't even tell how many bags they're holding because of the color of the bag. It mixed in with his shirt. I thought that was his last bag.
It's all blending in together.
He's going to come in high. Oh, and he leaves it set up top. He thought he was going to be able to pull it in. No damage done, but he really thought, I think, based on that airmail success he had earlier against some unnamed players.
Well, different bags. Changing your bag sometimes can get difficult. The feel of it in your hand, the release of it, material.
And I think if you're watching here on Stadium, and maybe you're not a player to the level that you're seeing here, or, maybe you're just a social player or play at tailgates, and you don't really think too much about the bag. Somebody puts out a set of boards, they bring out 8 bags, you just grab them and go. It really is. It's like having a set of golf clubs that just feel right in your hand. You don't pick up somebody else's clubs and go. All right, so these guys able to notch a couple up, 17-9, going to close the deficit. But to that point about the golf clubs, you're not just going to pick somebody else's clubs up and go play in the PGA Championship.
Right.
It's going to take a few holes to get accustomed to them.
And I also think that Chase came off a very emotional win. He was very excited, and the adrenaline from that has got to feel good because Austin Cameron, who came in here as the number 1 seed, he already knew that he won 4 majors. That was quite the accomplishment. He should feel really good about his playing and how he did. So he's already got the adrenaline going.
Yep, no question. I'm surprised he didn't throw his first bag over the lighting truss.
That is
dirty
a rarity
bag.
Right there.
That
Maggie
is a golden opportunity right there. He's going to come in and take advantage of that. Absolutely does. Some other Killer Bees fans surrounding the sideline. That's going to be
4 spot.
A 4 spot. Nicely done there. 17-13 now.
Is it? No, there it goes. For me,
again,
I'm a doubles player. I like playing doubles because I like to communicate. I don't like playing singles, and I prefer to play against men because I can talk. The more they talk, the more I talk.
The more you talk.
And the better I play. I think that's a lot of women, and I think a lot of men don't like playing women.
They talk a lot of trash or just talk, period, with regard to
I don't think a lot of men like playing women because they don't know, they can't do that trash talking. They feel they can't. I encourage it.
You beg, you bring it on, come on, bring it.
Please give it to me because it makes me play better.
We're going to be able to cut out quite a few things that you said tonight and make an entirely different movie trailer.
They're very calm and casual.
I'm almost wondering if maybe they're deciding whether or not they want stuffing or corn pudding at Thanksgiving. Are they talking about the match or are they just talking about Thanksgiving? Oh, he's going to toss the bag. Dad wants to come down and have a word with the young lady. Somebody might be in timeout after all is said and done here. These two are great teammates. They really work well together. They're fun to sit around and talk to just because it's always a challenge to see who you're going to get the most out of in a conversation.
Today I actually got to speak to Maggie a lot, and she told me that she thought she would have to play us in the finals for COED, and she said she was hoping that I would be up here the whole time, so I would be rusty. Well, I was like, I love that competitive nature.
I did mention to her, I said, when she came over for the interview after she won the women's division, I said, I knowing you the way that I know you, Maggie, I'm almost wondering if the thought of having to come to a post-match winner's interview is enough to make you sandbag and throw your own game so you don't have to be on camera. And she thought, third would be nice. Oh. Third would be nice. I don't have to go up there. But she is a gracious champion and continues to add champions jerseys.
Nice bag.
How about that? What a shot. That's a nice shot. But that minimizes damage to only 5, and we've talked about that. We're not seeing a lot of 5 or 6. I don't think we've seen anything larger than a 5 or 6 spot frame. So that changes the first bag back to Team Puckett, 18-17 now, as they fight for the COED winners final.
We've only seen one match go to 2 games today, correct?
Yeah, the only double dip was Bob Highland Seniors over Alan Wingham, 21-19 and 21-4, and he had to come back big time in that first game, and then he was just on fire in that second game against Alan. Alan just seemed to have his spirit broken during that first game, and he just couldn't keep control of the bag.
Well, in the first game, the pressure's on the person who's not in the king seat. On the second game, the pressure runs back to that person on the king seat.
Absolutely, and here we go, seesaw battle back and forth. Team Geiger and Rau, father-daughter, they take the lead back, they take the first bag back, and now basically it's who's going to make the mistake.
Oh, and there it is.
And that could be it. But now Wayne has to not get too down on himself. That's a nice bag right there by Megan, because as we talked about, you can get overly excited after something like that and mimic what you just saw. She's really keeping it together and doing a nice job. That will be a challenge now to try to pick that up, but with one off the back of the board, she can afford to be a little bit more aggressive. That does put that one at 11 o'clock back into play. Nice replacement bag there. So what does she do now? Chases.
I would lay up and give them one.
Surveying the situation and takes another look, a little deeper.
And that would only give them one.
And they pick up the penny.
I would lay it up.
On the board, just lay it up. The hardest shot in cornhole.
It is. When people tell me that, I'm like, I should just probably go through that bag.
Mm-hmm. She's going to go low. Oh, and she's going hard to get him. Oh.
Sushi. One still.
And that picks up one. Oh, she thought.
One either way.
She wasn't able to get hers to fall in behind. And so she gave one back. She gave one back. So 20-18. Boy, it is just anybody's game at this point. The number of times we've said that this weekend.
A lot of lead changes in this game alone. Uh-oh. Lefties and righties.
All right, that center lane is wide open. Who's going to take the trip? First is Maggie. Chase going to come down there. I don't know that he'll mess with any of the...
I'm guessing they put all their next bags in.
Well, I think he's a little bit too far off to the lower right-hand side.
Oh, no. This could be game here. He's going to have to shoot an airmail, which we saw earlier he is very good at. I don't think he missed one.
Pull it in and drop it down. This is for all of the COED marbles. Or pellets, I guess I should say. He's going to go up. Going to try that backside drag. He's up. He's in. Oh, and he pulls it. He gets it in, but he doesn't pull it down. And how about that? We have ourselves our COED winners champions. Now, we're going to see if we can get both of them over here, and between the two of them, get 10 or 12 words out of them.
Well, we can double team them now. There's two of us and two
we'll
of
see
them.
We'll give them a shot. Oh, my. So Wayne and Maggie, Wayne Rau, Maggie Geiger, the father-daughter team, take the co-ed winners final. They've got that championship now. We're going to scoot another chair over here into the announce booth. They take it over Team Puckett. The Pucketts have nothing to be ashamed of this evening because Chase Puckett grabbed that singles championship tonight at the Grand Casino in Hinckley, Minnesota. So you go it's her favorite time. It's her favorite moment of every tournament. She loves. She is. I've got to be honest with you. I'm so tired of seeing you here in the winners triangle. Well, now it's a winners trapezoid. Wayne, congratulations! The first time to spend some time with you here on this side of the camera. Nicely done. Congratulations again. Are you guys going to have to go buy a suitcase for all these winners jerseys that you're going to be taking back? Or are you going to have a separate bag to pack up all of these things? And that's another example. Tiffany and I were talking about this. Another example of one of these games is like this way, this way, this way, this way. What was the defining moment for you? You did a lot of talking between you, but what was the point where you looked at each other and clicked and knew you had it?
I don't know that we did. I think I did a lot of this.
Well, she wanted me to lay up or not even throw and give them to 20, and I go, I'm hitting the air. At least that was only 5 points.
Yeah, and
then I like settled down again after that.
Well, we did wonder because there were a couple of opportunities for you to gather together, and at one point we thought maybe you were just discussing Thanksgiving dinner. It didn't really seem like there was a lot of strategy in play. It was more just like, well, let's just do what we do and we'll see what happens next. But I honestly, I was having a tough time, and I didn't realize this. I think I'm colorblind. Your bags and their bags looked very similar. So from here, I couldn't figure out what was going on, which is not unusual for me, which is why I'm in the position that I'm in, I suppose. But you clearly knew, and you had a dirty bag, I think, which was uncharacteristic. There were a couple of off the backside, but they didn't seem to take advantage of that like I thought they might.
Correct.
No, we got lucky. His bags hung up a couple times on him, and
there are some chances they could have had bigger rounds, and it ended up only 1 or 2 points, and that kept us in the lead there for a while.
Right. Well, you look at that score, 21-18. We've seen a lot of those, and we've seen a lot of people get way ahead, get on 18, 19, 20, and get stuck. But the back and forth ended up working to your advantage. So now what? We've wrapped up another major. Now what happens? What's next for Rau Geiger?
a nap in the van on the drive home.
You have a long ride. You said an hour and a half earlier, right?
No, it's like just a little over 3 hours.
Oh, boy.
So it's not bad.
That's too bad. And in 3.5 hours, I'll only be 10 hours away from home as when we head out tomorrow. But you know what? Absolutely worth every mile you put on those tires. Nicely done. It's great to see you guys get to play COED. I don't know that I've ever seen you play, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Another winner's jersey. Well done. Nicely done.
It was great talking to you today.
Hinckley, Minnesota, the Grand Casino. It's been grand and then some for quite a few players here in the ACO. On behalf of Team Rau and Geiger, and on behalf of the team of Tiffany Fincham and Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO here on the Stadium Sports Network, your 24/7 home for sports. It's time for us to say goodnight. Thanks for joining us for this Season 17 Major Championship. We'll see you again on Stadium in Owensboro, Kentucky. Hopefully we'll have a chance to sit side by side again and call the action.
Yep.
It's good stuff. Can't wait for it. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO, and on behalf of Frank Gears and the entire ACO, the wizard behind the scenes, we just want to remind you, keep on pitching.